All right, folks. So we've had a couple of days worth of conservation of mass stuff and looking at mass changes in reaction, but now it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty of how do you actually count atoms so that we can begin to balance equations. All right, so let me go through the rules here real quick and make sure that you have a chance to understand those. Rule number one, the subscript. Okay? The subscript is the small number that is down below and to the right of the atoms. The subscript tells you the number of atoms in the formula. Okay? So that 2 right there tells you that there are 2 sodium atoms. Now, sulfur does not have a subscript, so that tells you that there's 1. All right. Number 2. If there are parentheses, then you multiply the subscripts inside by the subscript outside. All right, so here we have a parentheses. You've got a subscript of 4 inside. You got a subscript of 3 outside. So that gives you 3 times 4, 12 oxygen atoms. Number 3, coefficients. Coefficients is the big number in front, and everything gets multiplied by that number. So this is a coefficient. So for aluminum, 2, the coefficient, multiplied by 2, the subscript, will give you 4 aluminum atoms. For sulfur, we have 3 times 1 is 3 sulfur atoms inside. Multiply that by 2 is going to give you 6 sulfur atoms. And for oxygen, we have 3 times 4 is 12. Multiply that by 2, 24 oxygen atoms. And finally, if you have atoms of a single element that are together on one side of an equation, like here, I have oxygen here and oxygen there, you've got to add them together. All right. So here I've got 3 times 2, I've got 6 oxygens. And then in the next one, I've got 2 times 1, I've got 2 oxygens. And so that's going to give me a total of 8 oxygen atoms. All right, so we're going to do the first 3 as guided notes and practice, and then the rest of them are in a Canvas quiz. All right, so here we go. Focusing on carbon dioxide. There is nothing there, so that means that carbon has only 1 atom. Here, there is a 2, so oxygen has 2 atoms. Next, aluminum has a 2, and aluminum has nothing to do with this number right here. That's the parentheses for the sulfate. So aluminum has 2. So aluminum is only going to have 2 atoms. Now, sulfur inside the parentheses. Sulfur only has 1. But then you've got to multiply it by that 3. So 1 times 3 is equal to 3 sulfur atoms. Now, by the same token, oxygen has 4 inside the parentheses. But now you've got to multiply it by that 3 outside the parentheses. So there's going to be a total of 12. And finally, the one with the coefficient, nitrogen, there's only 1. Then we've got to multiply it by that coefficient of 2. So there are 2 nitrogens. hydrogen. There's 4. Then you got to multiply it by the 2 coefficient for a total of 8 hydrogens. And chlorine, there's only 1. Then we got to multiply it by the 2 coefficient, which gives us a total of 2 chlorines. Okay, folks, that's how you count atoms and formulas. The rest of them are yours. There's 6 Canvas quiz questions. 1, 2, and 3. You should do them here first, then go to Canvas and check. You can check as you go, or you can check at the end as you wish. Good luck.